Hello everyone, Russell Wright, Network Empire, Domain Web Studio, ThemeZoom, Kraken, the last keyword tool, one feed to rule them all, the Twitter army, and should I go on? Got a lot of cool products. Oh yeah, Quora Empire is what I just debugged this morning. That's a lot of fun. I cannot wait to show you the Quora application that we have coming to market. I've got a lot of noise happening. Maybe that's somebody else in the line. Let me mute this for a second. Okay. Yeah, so I was debugging our new Quora Empire application coming out. It's just something I'm excited about that I'd share with you guys. It pulls back, I typed into real estate and it pulled back 3,000 questions on Quora, the word real estate in it. Today we're going to talk about, Matt is of course going to incorporate this into everything else that we're doing. We've been working on that for a while. And today we have a special treat for you. We've added a lot of amazing reports that Matt's been working really hard on for the last couple of months, probably, I would say.
Yes,
some of the stuff has, come out of collaboration. Some of it has come from his experience in the field and working for multi-million-dollar companies and owning multi-million-dollar companies. This stuff is like nothing I've ever seen, and it's perfect timing because we have recently been working with couple of different clients. One of them is a billion-dollar online company where we're looking at some of their siloing things and the rest. Very exciting stuff. So with no further ado, I'm just going to step out of the way. I just want to add some protocols here for the webinar. As you know, you can at any time ask questions, and hopefully you all know where the question tab is on your little form that comes with your GoToMeeting. Please do ask the questions and type them in. I'll get to them as soon as I can. I'll mostly be muted. And we will have time for questions at the end and make sure that we get Matt while we can. It's been so busy, it's hard to get to him, so this is why we do the live presentations. Please do ask any questions. No questions too difficult and no questions too simplistic. It's okay if you don't know the answer. We'll go ahead and take care of it. So with no further ado, I'm going to step out of the way and let Domain Web Studio creator Matt Cruz start introducing we're primarily focused on the promotion, syndication, and reporting module, right, Matt?
Yeah. Today I'm also going to show a recap on step 5, then we're going to jump to step 6, and we're going to look at step 7, reports, which is new today as well. But
right. So we'll keep it really superficial with the website blueprint. We've covered a lot of that already, but if it gets too complicated, we'll do another webinar next week. But other than that, just I think the biggest chunk, Matt, is probably going to be promotional blueprint, right?
Yeah, this will be like 2 minutes. It's just
okay,
make a point here. Right, guys, welcome. I've done a lot of work on the suite. You can see the top navigation is different now. This is for all the Mac guys who use iPads and iPhones and all that kind of stuff. This is compatible with that now at the moment. Some of the charts and things that we've seen in the promotional plan in step 6 you can't see on iPads because they don't support Flash, and we've not found a library, or we've not integrated a library yet that is HTML5 ready in that sense. But the reason why I'm coming back to step 5 is just to make a point here that you need to flag off the pages you have finished as published once they're live and you've optimized them. With the promotional plan, there's no point in starting your promotional plan unless your site's live and you've got your pages up there. So in this example today, I'm just going to use the project management keyword I have over here, which is the silo, and I'm flagging it as active. And this is just to show the guys that you can do the whole blueprint. Yeah, you can see I've got a whole site mapped out, all about SEO and all kinds of stuff. You can do the whole thing, publish it, and start promoting it, or you can just do one keyword at a time. It's totally up to you. So we'll see what happens just with one keyword. And the reason why I'm using one keyword is I want you to see how the promotional plan actually works and calculates things out just on one keyword, and we're going to look at the report. Now, there's been a lot of feedback from the members, guys. Thanks a lot for your ideas and your suggestions and all that kind of stuff. What we've done is we created a report that when you export it, it becomes a white labeled report. It's the first time we're doing white labeling in the system. And this is mainly for the guys who have to provide their clients with a report. So a lot of thought has gone into this report. And the way it works is it takes into account everything we've done all the way through, and it basically reports on it, and it gives us the costs for it. So when you're speaking to a client, you can in real time, as your projects are going on, you can basically export out this report as soon as you've got the export finished, and it'll automatically put your logo into it, and I'll show you a demo one shortly, and then it fills everything out. In order to get your logos, you need to click on Update Company, and at the bottom here, you just put the HTTP path to the logo that you have on your server, and that will actually inject it into the report for you guys. So if we just come over here and underscore export, I'll click on that. There you can see it's got my branding, it's got my address, and has the reports, and the reports all mapped out over here. Okay, so when I go back here and we look at this report, basically when we go back to the start of the story, we created an empire, and in the empire created a site, and in the site we basically filled out our business rules, and we specified we had a budget of say $50,000 for the year to spend on this channel. Okay, so the next thing we look at is we came to a solid framework, we mapped out our site, and we mapped out 29 keywords. And those 29 keywords content cost is going to cost us $435 based on our business rules and cost settings. At the moment, we have 0 flagged as being live, right? Okay. Now, what you can do over here is you can actually fill in all your domain costs and all that kind of stuff here simply by clicking this link. So we can say our domain cost is $8 a year. Our logo, to get our logo costs $150 for designer. The design for the site, let's say that costs $450 for the theme. For us to do the silo architecture, this link here is for the guys who just want to sell a blueprint. So let's just say we charge $1,500 to design the silo site. If we had to buy any software or e-commerce type software, we could fill in what it costs us over there. The hosting file server, we're going to say it's going to cost us $350 for the year. All the plugins and scripts we bought for the site, this is, so we've got a few plugins, and we spent in $300 over here for that. And then our optimization cost is 20 pages. We're charging $20 per page. So to optimize the site was $400. And then miscellaneous costs, basically we can just put in the figure here, and let's say it's $100, and we can say server setup fee. And what this does, it allows you to basically, under miscellaneous, tally up what a whole bunch of things cost, and you can give a breakdown over here of what it is, and you can just fill that in. So when we click on update the project costs, what this does, it comes back to our report and it fills in the totals. Now we know straight away that just to build our site is going to cost us $3,743. It's basically tallied up everything, but out of our budget we still got 46 grand left to work with. So as we scroll down here slightly, what you'll see is we've just got a week 1, create profiles, accounts, Twitter accounts, Facebook, and 1 feed, okay? As soon as we start doing the promotional plan, what's going to happen here is it's going to actually start showing us the entire promotional plan on this page here, as well as calculate everything for us. We'll come back to that shortly. But what this report does, the project cost overview, what it does is it gives us our primary site cost as well as our promotional cost. So we can basically take this report and it gives us a complete breakdown of every single activity, what it costs, and are we within budget or not. So it answers all the important questions that a business owner may want to ask, or you may want to see with regards to the development. And as the guys are actually working on the promotions and publishing the stuff live, what will happen is it will get ticked off. So when they come back to website blueprint, which is going back to the start of the process, and we say like that, and we say publish, and we flag it as being published, okay, the little blue icon pops up, and this is going to indicate to the system, okay, yes, you are saying that you have got the project management page live. So the next thing we'll do is we'll go to a promotional plan. But if you don't publish the page, the keyword will not appear in the promotional plan. It will only appear if it's actually been published. And I can see the questions flashing over here. So Russ, I think I must just take maybe 5 minutes before we start on the promotional plan, and I'll talk the guys through this. And we'll keep on hopping back to the report to see how it reacts to what we've done. Are there any questions there?
Uh, yeah, I think we have not been recording. Matt, I think we're going to have to start the entire thing over.
It's not recording?
Was I supposed to hit the start broadcast?
Oh, can no one see it?
Yeah, we've been going for 12 minutes and
oh no, okay, no worries. We'll have to start again. Yeah, sorry about that, folk. See,
no, let me turn it on. I'm sorry. I thought that you were pressing the start broadcast. Okay, so I screwed that up, man. So let me try to do some damage control, okay?
Sure, no problem. Let me stop the recording.
Yeah, stop the recording. And I'm gonna launch it again. We have a lot more people on, anyways.
Okay.
Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
We had a technical glitch, and I want to thank you for being patient. We were happily presenting to ourselves, and I want to apologize for that. So we're 12 minutes in. We actually are going to begin again, which is kind of a good thing. Thanks, Ruben. It's kind of a good thing because we've had dozens of more people hit the line. And so I'd like to apologize for those of you who've been waiting around and welcome those of you who've just joined us. And Matt, at least you had a good warm-up, huh?
Yeah, my throat's loose now.
Okay, so I'd like to welcome all of you to the Domain Web Studio presentation, and I'm really excited about this one because Matt has been working incredibly hard on some reports that really wrap up this whole software in ways that I didn't even really imagine we'd be able to add. And you know, just a quick story. We've been presenting for some corporate clients, and one of them is a multi-billion-dollar, actually a $4.5 billion company. So it was really interesting to see that regardless of if you're a mom-and-pop shop or a middle-sized business or presenting to the CEO of a billion-dollar digital company, the information that we provide you in this up-and-coming report, as well as the information we already provide you in the business decision rules and the keywords decision screen, are very appealing. It was really, really interesting to watch a CEO of a very, very large corporation look for the same kinds of digital parameters that Matt is providing you as a mid to large size business or even a small business. So we are tried and tested in the field now, folks, in a way that we hadn't been before. We hadn't gone greater than a $10 million business and showed them this kind of data. And further, we didn't even have the reports that Matt's going to show you today. So we're focused today on primarily the promotional blueprint, but Matt's going to flow from a quick review of the website blueprint, which is the website output, into the promotional blueprint, and then he's going to, for the first time, reveal this new report. I don't believe these reports have been pushed live. I believe they're currently dev, right, Matt? But
yeah,
we'll reveal them today.
It's on dev. I'm showing there's a few things I'll show the guys that are new on this call today as well.
Okay, excellent. So again, I just want to add that you can please do ask questions. No question is too difficult. If we can't answer it, we'll come back to you later with it, or too simplistic. So don't hesitate to ask anything. If you're confused, you want more feedback, want more information, also to make suggestions. I do keep these questions and topics, and we do follow through on them. With no further ado, I'm going to step out of the way. Domain Web Studio creator Matt DeCruz, thank you for joining us.
Hi guys, thanks for everyone for coming. Thank you, Russell. Right, so can everybody see my screen? Yeah, we're on website 5. Okay, so just to recap, basically what's happened is we've got and created an empire. In the empire, we created projects. We then went and mapped out our project, which we can see over here, our whole structure of our site. We did our DNA braid. We have bound keywords that are supporting keywords or synonyms to each and every single keyword that we're targeting within our site. We then worked with our team, saw how busy they are, reshuffled work around over here. In site content, this is all about writing and ordering your content. And now we're on website blueprint. And in the last webinar, we showed you what happens when you basically publish sites. So before the glitch, I was going to unpublish that content quickly. There's an important reason why I'm doing this, and this is because of report number 7. In step 7 report, this is the summary of all the actions and the costings that have been accumulating throughout this entire process. I'll say it again. It's a count of every single cost and action that you've created through this process for one of your projects within one of your many empires. Okay, now when I click on this report, basically what it does is it looks at our primary site, the silo, and it looks at our promotion. And at the moment here, it says we've got 0 pages being live. We've not told the system yet that we have to make stuff go live. So I'm going to walk through this report and explain things, but at the same time I'm going to do actions and interact with this report so you can see how this report works in real time. And then you can imagine what it's going to mean to you when a client says to you, listen, where are we with my project? You just log in here, bang, 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 and you can rattle off the numbers to the client. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is flag how many pages we've got live. So for the presentation today, I'm going to focus on one keyword and do the actions on one keyword. So I've clicked on website blueprint, and I come down here and I'm selecting the keyword that's got content written. How do I know it's got content written? Because the green tick indicates to me that this content's written. The page with the little red circle indicates that there's not been ordered or assigned to anyone to write, and if it's got a pencil on it, it means it's in progress. Okay. We can also see the headline, and we can click on this link and review the article, make amendments to it before we actually publish it. But to publish your keywords so that it's ready for promotion, simply check the box, click publish, and when the page returns, we'll click on our report and we'll now see one page as being live. The very next thing it says primary site stage development cost. This is all the pages we've got in our site that are being worked on. There's 28 pages in total in our site. Okay. And there's a cost of $420. Our actual cost, because something's been written, is now $15. The next thing we got here in this report is the ability to actually put all our publishing and optimization costs in. So you simply click on this link over here, and you can flag there's no markup, it's cost only. It's a fixed markup model. These are just reference points, or it's a percentage-based markup model. So you then come along here and you just type in all your costs, right? So the domain, I just put $8, logo cost, blah 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 blah. I filled in all the fields over here. The silo architecture cost. This is for guys who are just selling blueprints. You can just come in there and type in whatever you want, and it'll add it to the invoice. And this report is so great that I've worked on it, because this is essentially an invoice. It's a statement tracker, i.e. you can actually demonstrate how much money is being spent and how much work's been done. You can use it for so many different things, and it's really, really fantastic. Yeah, you can fill in the numbers. So all the things that are important to building sites, you can put in the cost over there, and if it's not listed, under miscellaneous, you can put a full total of all the group things that can't be added in over here, and you can basically just break them out over here. So they can say service setup fee, admin costs, blah, blah, blah. You can fill that all in. Once you're done, you simply click Update Basic Project Costs. This takes you back to your report, and it tallies up the first stage. So it's basically steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. It tallies up all the stuff, and 5, because that's also getting the site live and optimizing, getting everything in place. It tallies everything up, and it tells us that the cost of the site has cost you $3,743. If you're doing a quote for your client, you essentially can come in here and just key in the numbers once you've got a little blueprint mapped out and say to them, look, if we build and do everything for you, here's our cost, bang, there's it there. You can take a screen cap of this and you can stick it into email. You can do whatever you want with it. So from our budget, at the top, we started off with a $50,000 budget. It now has told us we've got $46,257 left of the budget for promotion for the rest of the year. So what happens next is we got the promotional cost analysis, and this will start happening as soon as we start working now in step 6, which is our promotional blueprint. And this is where we want to begin. Are there any questions, Russell, before I actually start on this stage?
Looks like you have no questions, so until somebody's hand, there's a lot of people saying that they love the addition. Also,
yeah.
Thanks, Kevin, it's really, really cool. So let's just continue, I think.
It's got to get very cool now. Wait to see what happens here. So you can see in step 5, we've published it. So yeah, the system tells us, okay, you've only got one keyword that's live on the web. It gives you a summary of what your settings are, just the top level settings. So you can see you still got to put your elevator pictures in and those type of things there. You can edit your profile just by clicking on this link over here. and you can adjust any of these numbers. And any of the numbers you adjust here will reflect in the report, in the promotional blueprint, and throughout the whole system. So you fix one place and it runs system-wide. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set up a promotional plan. And obviously with this project, we want to basically deal with business to business, business to consumer, local, national, and international. And we're going to use Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're basically going to run through all the promotional types. Okay. If you want to see, now the profile name is SEO Maven Software. If I click on Twitter over here, for example, what it'll do is open up the Twitter stream and it'll show us what tweets are happening with that specific theme keyword for our website. So you can see SEO management software. Okay, it wants me to log in. But basically, here's one guy tweeting over here. Okay. The same you can do for YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, article submissions, and everything else. If we go to the Umgili search and we click on that, that opens up us a portal which gives us multiple views of different data sets. In the original DWS, we used Umgili. I created the software tool, and we sort of made a system where we could go and just scan through stuff. In this version, Umgili gives us everything. So you can look at the web, blogs, news groups, and this is where you can find a lot of cool ideas for headlines. You can see where conversations are taking place about what people are saying. Under discussions, we can look at what people are talking about, when last they spoke about something, what questions they're asking. It's really great to find and find out what the guy's looking for at this stage again when you're going to start promoting, and just making notes. Okay, see what are the burning issues and start addressing them right now with your promotions and drive traffic back to your website. Now remember, with DWS, the whole point of promotion is to drive traffic to your website. Backlinks are a byproduct of your action, and the system is designed in such a way that you can focus on driving traffic, and the backlink will just happen as a byproduct. So I'm just going to fill in my costs here. So basically, what we're going to do over here is, there's our theme keyword, there's the profile name for our website. Here we filled in the website URL. Don't put a trailing leading edge / don't do that, just leave it blank. Okay, just the domain name like it is, like that. Fill in your costs for your content. Okay, and then what you want to do is you just fill in the rest of the form, your company name, your elevator pictures, and all this stuff. If you've got a profile picture, you can upload it and keep record of it. So I'm going to update the costs. Okay. Set this all up. Let's just take that there. I forgot to update that. Set my promotional blueprint up. Right, so as soon as we set up the promotional blueprint of all the things we want, and we've got all our costs in, these two things are very, very important. We then have completed step 1. You can see it's ticked off. Now you can see we've got no promotional generated. So we can click on step 2, and this is where our promotional manager tool comes in. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to include this over here. Okay, now we've got these 3 buttons. Okay, we can exclude a keyword. Okay, which means it won't be added into promotion, it'll be removed from a promotion. We have to include it to have the promotion created, and if we're happy with the outcome of that, we can finalize it. If you finalize it, it will lock that button, and we recommend that when you're sure of what you want, finalize the keywords, and that will lock them down. That means you can't remove them. And then when you come to actually create your content and you assign content to it, then it's all locked. It won't cause a disconnect. The next thing we've got here is you can actually set the date of when you want the promotion to start. So let's just say we're going to do one keyword now. The client has said we're going to do the next keyword in 3 months' time. We can come here and preset the date, and we can actually plan out both campaigns at the same time. So for now, I'm just going to include the keyword. And what DWS will do is it'll take up your page rank, it'll take up your competitor data, it takes up all these variables, it acts it out and actually creates your promotional plan. Okay, so this view here gives you the next 12 to 15 months. We can see from December to basically December. There's 12 months it's shown us, and it's shown us basically what our estimated budget for repurposed content is, as well as to our new content. You can see they're very close because there's only a $10 difference between the two. We can also see the amount of activity as it's going on. We can see these views by 3 different views. Okay, we can see it by date, which gives us all the dates and times, how many actions have to take place. what the costs are and what savings you can make. It shows us by promotion type. So for December, we'll do forums, articles, blogs, social groups, directory, videos. Now remember, we're dealing with extremely competitive keyword. This keyword is called project management. It's very, very broad. It's as broad as you can go. And I'm doing this for example, I want to show you how the report reacts to this. So this is giving us a mid-view of a year by promotion type, by keyword. So here by the keyword, we can just see how we're going to promote for the keyword over this time. And you can see our schedule. Just for project management, you can see our whole schedule. If we come to our reports now, the report will show us the entire promotional campaign. So we've only seen 12 weeks, 12 months. Yeah, 12 months. That's 56 weeks. When we come to look at our promotion plan, what it's going to do now is it starts showing us all the tasks for this promotion. Okay, so there's week 1. We have to create profile accounts, Twitters, Facebooks, and one feeds, as well as write one article, one blog article. And you can see there we've got, let me scroll up here a little bit here, the estimated cost, and this is the cost you fill in when you actually order your content. We have the maximum cost, okay. These are the numbers we filled in when we set up the promotional plan, and then we've got a repurpose cost that we have over here. When it says promotion active and it's got the red circle with exclamation, it means you're not actually assigned anybody the content task to do or the promotional task. So when we look at this campaign now, we can scroll through week by week up to 130 weeks into the future. So there's 130 weeks worth of work to earn the keyword project management. It's telling us exactly what I have to do. It tells us there's 904 promotional tasks assigned to project management, and the total cost is going to be 42 grand just to target that one keyword. If we promote it like this, our repurpose cost is 41,875. Okay, so we're still within budget. We've got like $3,000 left if we target this keyword. So can you see when you're speaking to your business client, you can actually show him and demonstrate to him in real time, week by week, what you're going to be doing for them, what the costs are going to be. So let's go back to our promotional plan now and do the next step. So we set up the plan. Now the next thing I want to do is in step 3, this is where we order creating our third-party platform accounts. I'm busy working on a script now. I've been reviewing tools like Ultimate Daemon, and I've been reviewing tools like Magic Submitter. These are like SEO Nuke type of tools where they actually go out and they create the accounts for you, and I'm going to be creating some import functions for the guys here so they don't have to manually go and do this. They can just run the tool if they use them, and then they can take the text file and just import the text file with the username and passwords, and it'll assign it to the right place. I'm still looking into that, so hopefully I can get that working for you guys. But typically what you do here is you set up a promotional plan, you then generate the plan for the keywords you want to promote at that point in time. You then set up your accounts. That's your tasks in week 1. Okay, it's very simple. You assign it to whoever's going to do the team, set the date, task, tick off what you want them to do, and you press submit. If you've got a property you want to promote and it's not in our list, you can fill in this form and it will add it into your private list, which sits here at the bottom of the screen. So you can see everything is all organized and sorted. You can do citation sites, you can do basically everything. There's a category for all these type of things for you. Then when we come to look at promotional activities, it's broken between promotional, article, blog, and press, conversational, social groups, and social profiles, branded, so it's local US directories, directory submissions, local directories in general in Australia. These are all places for your citations, especially if you're doing local stuff. There's for Canada, there's for the UK, there's for there's standard citations, and there's more US-specific citations for the guys in the US. And then we've got for media, all the video sites we can push your videos to, and then the one feed to rule install. There's a link here, you can click on this and it'll take you to the instructions of how to set it up. Or you can get one of the DFI products that we provide now. We'll pass out the link again where we'll actually go and create the one feed for you, so it's all done and you just plug it into the system. Okay, so once we've done that, the next thing we have to do is we have to assign tasks. Now what's interesting about this screen and the way we built it out, if you start at the top and you just follow the steps, step 1, set up your promotional account, step 2, create your promotional plan, step 3, create your promotional accounts, step 4, assign your promotional tasks to your writers, then all we're going to basically do now is we're going to assign 10 articles to one of our writers. So what happens is we've got 4 different things. We've got promotional content, conversational content, branded content, and media syndication content. It's totally up to you what you want to do, right? We will obviously say do everything because you want to get your brand out everywhere so everybody can find you. But for this exercise, let's just say we're going to be doing a writing campaign for the client. What I'm doing is I'm going to select all keywords and all keyword words. I like that one. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to order, I want 10 articles, I want 10 blog articles, and I want to do 3 press releases. What this will do is it will actually future date the tasks. Okay. Now, in this feature here in step 4, we've got assign to, which is the writer. So we can say, I'm going to write it. And then the promotion gets assigned to Sarah. Sarah's going to actually go and she's going to promote it. She's one of my team members. She will go out and she will actually go and create it. Now we can look at the availability of time, and this little indicator tells us exactly how much time our guys have left. Okay, so when I click assign the specific tasks, I'll then get the instruction form which I can fill in. You guys have all seen this before. It's the same as we did in site content, same instruction. Click send instruction. This will get emailed to the writer, and what you can see over here is we have ordered our tasks. Okay, so when I go back to the report now, what you'll see in the report under promotions is we have got the green ticks. They've actually been in progress. They've been worked on. You can see that the estimated cost has been filled in, and when we scroll down to the bottom of the page, we can look at the numbers. To date, we spent $1,140 on promotional content. We can look at how much money we got left versus the budget if we go to total max. And with this report that we've got with the promotional plan, it gives you absolutely everything there. You don't need anything more, especially when you're speaking about business or you want to see how your team's going on or what they're doing. So that's the report, guys. It's really, really good. And what's awesome about this here...
All right, Matt?
Yeah?
Matt. Whoa, Tonto. We have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I just wanted to finish this last thing over here. I just want to finish this last piece because this is a piece of the puzzle that's very important.
All right. Okay, well, don't let me stop you.
Okay, I'll stop exactly after this. Once it's been assigned, DWS automatically assigns the project management keyword. Okay, the anchor text gets sorted for you. And as we scroll down and we get through this report, you can actually see how it's actually changed out the keyword for one of your DNA braid keywords. There we've got agency software. There's another one. So it's actually changing and splitting and managing your anchor text for each promotion as we go through this list. So what I'll do is I'll come back to promotion step 4. That's where we left off. But I'm happy to take some questions now.
All right, everyone, we're going to try something that we've never done before. And if it does not work, I'm going to immediately untry it, which means I'm going to mute everyone. So what I'd like to do is nobody be talking until I call on you. And I'm going to unmute this call. And the first person that I want to ask questions, and Kevin, I'm going to be addressing the questions that you've asked. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to unmute everybody.
Muted.
Kevin, do you have a, let's make sure I can do that. Hopefully. Okay, we'll see if you have a, looks like quite a few people do not have a mic. Okay. Actually, scratch that. It's not going to work. There's people are saying they don't have mics. Okay, so let me just go through this. Matt, Kevin is asking, So the silo cost is A, per silo, and B, would include the research time using Kraken?
You're muted.
Matt?
Yeah?
Hey, Matt, roll back about 2 minutes and start over answering that question.
Was I muted?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Let's go back.
It's perfectly clear that I do not know how to operate the GoToMeeting mass telephone system, so I will not attempt to do that again.
Okay, no worries. To answer Kevin's question, yes. Under publishing costs over here on the report, you can basically come in and you can fill in whatever you want under the silo architecture cost. It's how you want to define that to your client, or you can use miscellaneous, or it can go under SEO optimization cost. It depends where you want to put it, because these are based like categories, and it depends on how clear or vague you want to be with regards to how you work out your costings. You might just lump the whole thing together into one thing and say, look, to set up your silo structures and to do the research and blah, 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 I'm going to charge you $5,000. That's going to be what I'm going to charge you. Or you can put it underneath there as $5,000. You can say market research, admin, coffee, dinner, whatever. It's up to you how you want to do it. But this will then tally it all up. So you've got a lot of flexibility in this section over here to address any costings that you have.
Okay, and he's saying, so if you develop 3 silos, will the report pick up on the silo entries?
Yeah, it basically it works as units over here. So we've got 28 units that we built out. It's not looking at it as a silo or a category. It's looking at per page, because essentially it's per page that you're charging for content. That's why.
Yeah, Kevin has to always make things difficult.
Yeah, that's why under silo architecture, if you've got a labor charge that you charge for actually doing that, then stick it in over there. So it's a fixed cost. This is dealing with content, where you're actually assigning content tasks to people or yourself, and that's what's encountered there.
That is an interesting idea, just in our mastermind, because everybody here is members only. That is an interesting idea to look at silo only, but again, we'll just jot that down. I mean, it's an interesting idea, Kevin. But I get exactly how you've designed it, Matt. That's very cool. Okay, let's look at other questions. Okay, let me see. Ruben, does the email to writers leave a footprint? If yes, how can this be avoided? Ruben, let me just grab this one, Matt. When you're talking about writers leaving a footprint, are you talking about, for example, on a blog when it's widely known that if you have multiple authors, you have less of a chance of being viewed as an auto blog? Are you talking about a footprint in terms of all writers writing the same way? Can you please clarify your question, and then how would the email to the writers leave a footprint? What do you mean? Multiple projects?
Oh, no, I understand what he's saying there. I think...
okay, I don't, sorry.
Now, the email that gets sent to the writer goes to the email box. It's just an instruction. When they come back to DWS, obviously when they write, they'll be presented with, for example, let's just have a look at that article.
Ruben, do you mean that you're concerned about your writers knowing about all of your projects? I'm sorry, I'm just not, I don't quite follow your question. Maybe Matt does, and if he answers it, then ignore me.
No, the writer will only see what you assign to them. They will not know what projects are coming from.
By default.
Yeah, by default. And all they'll be given is basically the meta keywords that they must use and the supporting asylum keywords. They have to go in and write, and it's up to you how you instruct them in your instruction, how you want them to write. I can't see it leaving footprints, because there's no difference between our editors and the ones they use in WordPress, and the content's going straight to the database.
Yeah, Ruben, I'm not quite sure. Why don't you email me? Google can't chain your projects together. This is not a Google application. It's on our server. So I'm not quite following you. If you're talking about tying an author to a Google Plus account, then you are a very advanced thinker, and yes, you definitely need to take precautions. I can talk to you privately about that, but I don't know how Google chaining your... Oh, do you mean if you assign a Gmail account to... Oh, okay. Well, Ruben, you're thinking way ahead, so just the way that I do that, if you're going to assign a writer a Gmail account, and there are possibly some ways that they could connect, but you're just so far, you really have very little to worry about on that front. Okay, just keep your dashboard separate. If you're assigning writers Gmail accounts, I know Matt would tell you to assign, to have writers that are working for you use a real domain rather than a Gmail account. He tells me that all the time, and I don't disagree. So if you have more questions, Ruben, that's great. I know what you're thinking. You're kind of following me down the road of individual personas. I do have more information being released on this, but guys, you don't really need to worry. Like, Google is evil and all that, but they're not really a problem. Yahoo doesn't have their trip together at all, Ruben, so like, don't worry at all. They're like a micro-nano concern as far as connecting all their apps together. So again, we're talking apples and oranges here. Our system is not going to get you in trouble in any ways. You're just hiring staff to write articles, and we're not tied into Google. Google doesn't know what you're doing here. Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. What I would say is just use like GMX, or just type in free email service if you want to get away, and just use any of those and just get you guys to use those email accounts.
Yeah, but Ruben, I will say as an aside, Ruben, I get the way that you're thinking, and especially if you've taken my Google Plus course, that's a different topic. Don't worry about it. I do suggest here that everybody keep their Gmail accounts completely separate. It's very important. Don't connect the Google accounts, and hint, you can always use your incognito browsing on any browser that you use, okay? There's also an application that I use. Anyway, point is, keep everything separate, but don't connect. Like we said in yesterday's webinar that Matt was not there, but there are certain things with Google, which is why a lot of server-side folks just really don't like Google. There's certain things, once you connect one application to another, you can't undo it, YouTube being one of them. If you ever connect your YouTube account to a given Gmail account, you can never unconnect it. Okay, so this goes past the scope of our talk here. I'm going to let Matt jump right back into staying super focused on the Domain Web Studio application. You can get all this information at the Network Empire members area about how to keep your personas clean and clear. It's just not a concern you need to have when you're hiring great writers. Have them use their own email accounts, and you'll be fine. Right, Matt?
Yeah. Me. I keep work at work, and I leave Google where we need Google. I don't mix the two personally.
Google, never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Right. Are there any more questions, or should I carry on?
Why don't you just carry on? I think people are enjoying this. I think you're blowing everybody's minds. We have a lot of questions like, I can't repeat some of the exclamation, holy crap, and great job, Matt, and speechless, and very, very sweet. Thank you, Kevin. Sounds like you guys are really blowing the roof off this thing. Okay, so this is great. Anyway, just keep on going, and if you guys need more questions, we'll hit it towards the end.
Cool. So guys, I'm going to keep this webinar super simple. I'm going to speak blue-collar language, nothing fancy, no big tech words. Essentially, step 4 is assigning your content to 2 people. It's one, the writer, and the other one is the guy who publishes the stuff on the web. The reason why we say split the 2 up is because when you get the guys to publish, remember you're driving traffic. You're not focusing on backlinks. It's traffic that creates conversions. Backlinks don't create conversions. So if you focus on building backlinks to get rankings, you're looking at it the wrong way around. You must focus to drive traffic. And if you're driving traffic with your content, you're going to get more points from Google than trying to focus on backlinks. The backlinks are a byproduct of your actions. So here, the promoters, you want them to go and pump out the pages, make sure it looks nice. If you can put banner ads to other properties that you have, get them connected up, get the call to action strong. Just make the pages look really, really good, and you'll see your stuff will stick long. You won't get accounts banned and chucked off. You'll be just head and shoulders above the rest because you'll stand out because your stuff's nice. Okay. Step 5 is basically writing it. So what we've done is we set up our plan, we created a promotion, we set up our accounts, we've told who must do the work, and if you want to see what's going on, you can click on this little icon here, Content Manager, and this gives you a little editing screen where it just summarizes your production. So you got the content ordered, there's only one written, okay, one of the primary articles written, but we've got nothing that's been published and written yet, okay. So over here, when you want to delete things, you can actually come in here and delete tasks, or you can actually change the owner, you can reassign tasks. It's just another place while you're in this area where you can actually modify things, okay. So we're going to go to step 5 now. This is where we write the content. Now, this has been a confusion point for some people, especially when the team members run in to their screen. They come in, and this is broken up into 2 parts. It shows you all the content for this month, and it shows you all the content tasks. And it shows you all the completed tasks this month, and it shows you all the completed tasks. The reason why we've built this out in this way is because of what I showed you in the report. There's like 960 tasks, and when your team logs in and they click on the very first link, which is promotional content tasks this month to be written, and they see nothing, it just is because there's no content work for them for that specific month. If you click on the all, which is usually the one below it, promotional content tasks all, or primary content tasks all, it'll show you the whole list. Excuse me. So for this month, yeah, when...
Don't fall asleep, Matt.
No, I was going to sneeze there.
Okay.
I didn't swallow it. When I click on the promotional tasks, you can see you've got 8 tasks, okay? And it's all assigned to me. So when I log in as a worker, if I was a worker, I would only see 8 tasks for this month, and it would not be a heavy load. It would not freak me out. And I would not see 906 where I'd have my head blown off and I think, oh God, how am I going to finish all this? He comes in, he says, oh cool, on this project I've got 8 tasks. You'll sit down and you'll just get the job done, because it's not intimidating, it's not scary, and it's something that's chewable for him. This works as usual. You click on the icon and it opens up the whole edit screen and you can go in. The only difference with the promotional screen now is when it opens up, okay, it shows us our task, primary article. We can see it over here. So the right, you can see this article, and it gives us the synonyms, supporting keywords. But what's interesting is, we give the site backlink, okay? You can take that and stick it in your browser and test it. Does it open up the right page? Just make sure it's going to the right place over here. Then we give you a trackable URL and a no trackable URL. And I'm just going to copy this here and show us the URL here. Excuse me. I sneezed there. Right, so what this does is it's got a bunch of UTM numbers and IDs, okay? If you use these, okay, with the PCAM system that we're busy working on, we're busy working our way back to get this feedback back from Google or GoClicky and have the system tell us exactly who wrote the article, where it was published, on what property, what date it was published, and what page it's linking back to. And then we're going to give you a little bit of JavaScript in the next point release, which will tie into your funnel, your sales funnel, and will actually cookie the person, because essentially what we're going to try and do is see where the guys come from, track where he's come from, what page he's landed on, and then how long has it actually taken him to actually buy something. So we have the cookie time of when he's landed, and then we'll have a cookie of when he's actually completed, and we'll tie the 2 together. And if that can tell us that typically every client that comes to your website takes 4, 5, or 6 days or 10 pages to actually make a decision to buy, you can start looking and narrowing down that little section and try and refine it so that the process happens much quicker. Maybe you've got to give them more information. But these are just little things we're doing, and that's why these UTMs are built in here. It's just referencing the campaign, the promotion, who wrote the content. We can tie it all together again within the system. And you can see there's a little anchor text for us. So you can just instruct your writer to either use tracking or no tracking. The no tracking URL is just a normal anchor text link. And that's it over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just click on this one and finish this all up. Okay, promotional article, let's say project management. This is a test. So he's got the editor, format this quickly. Let's put that in there. So then create this promotional article. What will happen is this article will move out. Now you can see we've got 7 tasks. It's moved out of the tasks here, and it's going to be in the completed tasks for this month. So when we look at promotional content tasks for all, here you can see we've got 24 tasks. Okay. So looking at the completed tasks for the month, there it is. It's ID 1699. It's been written. It's done on time. And then we can go look at the next task, which is the publishing firewall. This is a new feature we've put into DWS's promotion thing. Is before, as the guys write, the information would basically just go straight into the one feed XML out of DWS, and we've just put this firewall there just as a safety check. Okay, so when you click on verify content is acceptable to be published, this is just you coming in, looking at it, okay, seeing who wrote it, verifying that it's what you want, and all you got to do is you sign it off. You check that box, click sign off, and that moves out of the quality control to publishing tasks. Okay, so there it's sitting now. So you can see how that article has actually moved through our production line. This is our promotional production line. We started off over here where we ordered it. It fell into the writing bin. As it got written and completed, it fell into the firewall, which stopped it from going onto the web. Bang. It's not going to get published yet. It has to be verified. So for the guys who check up on all the writing, they can come and quickly look at this. They're happy with that. Now it's at publishing task. It's ready. It's in the task folder for the guy to come and write this. Now I must go and write this. Sorry, publish this. Now what will happen is when we publish this here, we've got the property name, username, and password. You can see there's nothing here. I've not set this up. You won't be able to push this into the DWS one feed to all if you don't have the accounts set up. Okay, so this is a promotional article that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to double check that. Yep. So I'm going to come to create an account quickly. Let's just open up an article here. We're going to stick it up on Delicious. So I'm just going to do that. I need it done today. It's going to take me 1 minute. I left that account creation out on purpose just so you guys could see what would happen if you hadn't set up your accounts and you come to publish. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go to step 3, view account creation tasks. So there's our delicious instruction. I'm just going to give it a username, password. That task is completed. I'm going to press submit. Okay, so that account's created. Now when I come to publish my task, that's the article directory, and there's our delicious username and password. Once we've done it, let's just go here, delete. So you grab this URL quickly. So our publisher's come here, he's uploaded a video, he's put the content in, he's set this all up, he's put our advertising in, he's got links to some other things, he's pumped out exactly how you wanted it done. All your publisher does is he comes back, he clicks on this link, he sticks it in where he's published this, and he says, I've completed my task. As soon as he does that, okay, that piece of information falls into DWS one feed promotional content out. Okay, so when I click on this, there's the URL that's going to actually be sitting there. So when I open the feed up, okay, there we can see in our RSS feed, there's our actual article. We click on that article, and that takes us to SSRs. Okay, so
That's killer.
I've just shown you guys how simple it is. It's not complex. I just need you to understand the screen. The promotional screen is essentially a production line. And you start at the top and you just follow the 6-7 steps down. Okay? And whatever you want to publish or promote or have you guys do, you order it over here. They write it, prepare it, do the media. They give the location where it's at. And then once they've done that, you sign it off. When you're happy with it, that falls into the task for the guy to go and publish it. He logs in, he sees, there's my task, he does the job, bang. And as soon as he's published it, it then falls in over here, and it's all done and dusted. Now, the next report we're going to do is basically the extension of this one. The only difference is under each keyword for each promotion, we'll start seeing the URLs mapping out underneath that. So it's a third layer of information that will actually be staggering out in that big report. That's going to be a massive report. But that will actually keep a whole analog of every single location that is pointing back to a primary keyword. And that's the promotional blueprint, guys. It's super, super simple. Step 1, set up your plan. Step 2, create your promotional plan. Finalize it. Create your accounts. Once your accounts are created, get the content ordered. Get the guys to write it. You verified it's exactly what you want. As soon as that's done, it's published. It hits the one feed to rule them all. And that's one of our DFY products we do for you. We'll have that all set up for you, and DWS automatically plugged into that. And that will just be broadcasting that piece of information, that promotion across the web as well. So it's super, super, super powerful, guys. And I've never seen a report online that gives us the business report like this. This report.
Well, there really isn't one. And again, I didn't want you guys to think that we were bragging or whatever about this, really large company. Like, honestly, it was the biggest company that I've ever done a presentation for. It's just really fascinating, and I wasn't, for all the things that we talk about, or have $1 billion goal, or that Sue talks about, creating $1 billion agenda and this and that. Until you've actually sat in front of a company that's worth several billion and seen that the data that Matt is providing here in the app, coming from decades of experience in business KPIs, key performance indicators, right? That it doesn't matter the size of the company past a certain point. The indicators that Matt is providing for you here and the machine line, what Matt calls the manufacturing line of content, they were all ears. Like they were blown away that it would even be possible to estimate costs across these many departments. And if you really think about it, what Matt has shown you here today is there's multiple departments involved normally in businesses like this. When you look at, this company has purchased several types of content networks. This appeals to them because of the ability to create massive content. And whether you have 2 people or 200, the processes are the same. And this is really the same type of concepts that Matt described to me when Matt and I hang out, when he's actually in the States. We're talking about what it took to run an international manufacturing business, which he's done in the past. And these types of processes, are exactly what you need to do, that you need to incorporate, whether you're a $1 billion company or you're starting as a mid-sized company. So I just wanted to say that I'm actually quite excited, Matt, as well, to have, that kind of feedback from this stuff. That also means that those of you guys who are starting small and maybe a one-man shop, I don't want you to feel like, oh, $1 billion company, great, throw that around. I want you to know that it's not that big of a deal. Like, no matter how big or small your client is, they're people, right? And the brain is interacting in the same way. How much is this going to cost? Give me a general estimate. Like, for example, this corporation, and the CEO is, probably, once or twice in a lifetime be able to sit in a interaction with somebody like that. But the bottom line was like, okay, I know that these numbers aren't precise, but the fact that you're giving me a general estimate is good enough for me. Okay, and that's what's amazing about these reports is that Matt is just way closer than general estimates. Like we're really in the ballpark with a lot of this stuff, and you guys can use that for your client. I know that several of you on this call have closed large clients that when you actually close them, using Matt's earlier reports, didn't even include this report, that when you actually closed them, it was one of those, oh crap, I actually closed them experiences. Well, that's good because that means that you have the sales out of the way. Now you just need to learn to execute. We're going to be providing more and more training. Matt's going to be, getting together with us with more events like we had yesterday that are going to be more DWS focused as we move forward because we really care about your business. We want you to be able to effectively implement these methods and really just be an executor, be an executive so that you're not only down in the trenches working 40-hour weeks. Hopefully none of you are doing that already, but that you're actually able to have a team supporting you and you're able to essentially just, long term just to, collect checks and manage your team more efficiently. Now, is there anybody, before we close this webinar, is there anyone who has finalized questions for Matt? You really should get this in now because he's kind of in mad scientist mode. He's, creating some major stuff that we're going to incorporate so that we can push this live. Kevin, I see that you have a question. How would you, has it been answered for you, or do you want me to have him dig into that a little bit more? Okay, looks like that might be, okay. Looks like that might be handled. So I think, Matt, that we should probably end this call, and I really want to thank you. I know it's late in South Africa, and I know you probably didn't get to surf much today, so.
That's fine. There's one last thing I want to say, Russ. This is very important with this report. Guys, this tool, you can use as a quote engine as well as a progress tracking report. The quote engine starts up front. Okay, you can get a client in on your solid screen, and you can basically say, listen, give me your top 20 keywords, and I'll tell you what they mean to you, right? So he comes along and you chat, and you use this report here, you export it out, okay, all the keywords, all the blueprint, and you say to him, look, this is what will work. Let me mock up something for you very quickly. You do like a mock-up. And that mock-up, and you put your numbers in, you can say to him essentially, look, as a rule of thumb, this is roughly going to cost you for 20, 30 keywords, blah, 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 blah. Okay? And you can use this as just this little piece here as something you can copy and paste and email to him. Okay? But with DWS, the whole way we've built the system, the solid framework, by just analyzing the guy's keywords and telling him what they mean to his business, that is a standalone product. Okay?
It is, and Matt has been telling me that for several years now with this, and recently the reports are standing on their own.
Yeah.
And that's really very, very cool.
The DNA braid, finding out the associations of keywords that have meaning to a specific keyword in a guy's website, just by mapping out his website and doing the DNA braid for him, that is the next upgrade to that product. Okay? Plus, it includes, if you have to go copy his site structure into DWS, like all the keywords, and map out exactly what he has, and then building a DNA braid on top of that, not only can you tell him what is working in his site, but also what is not working and where the missed opportunities are. So that's a consultation on its own as well as a series of work. The team manager, you can bypass that. That's just managing your people. Site content. You could actually go and plan out the guy's whole site content strategy for the guy. Okay, that's a product on its own. The website blueprint with the Silo Builder, you could actually push people's websites live and charge them $400 a pop with something that will take you 10, 20 minutes to do. That's a standalone product. So when you look at the suite, each stage is a standalone product. Just it's building upon the step before it. And then finally, the cherry is the promotional blueprint. We just mapped out in seconds. On this call, we mapped out 906 actions, I think it was. I'll just scroll to the bottom. Yeah, 904. 904 activities for one keyword for 130 weeks. And the project management keyword is something like 500 million. I just used it because it was huge, just for this exercise, to demonstrate to you how in-depth the software works, that it's not just giving you your advance, it's actually playing out the whole campaign. So if you had to do this whole 28-page website and the client's wanting to spend 50 grand, that's his budget, but he wants those keywords, what you will see at the end of the day when you actually, before you start doing all the work, you can come to your client and say, listen, you're actually 60 grand under. It's not going to work. You're wasting your time. So you have to think a bit more clearly, and you can customize and tweak this whole project thing out. So we cover this more in our advanced trainings and stuff. But guys, with this tool, if you're using it for yourself, just follow the dots from the start to finish, run through. Do a small site. I've told guys all the time, if you're small, start small. Single silo, 5 articles, get it live. Get the site out there, get the content on there, and just run through your first promotion. By the time you've done that first loop through your first 5 pages, you'll start seeing what's happening, and you actually start understanding how everything connects. And as we release more DFY products for you guys, there'll be more and more services coming your way that will actually get our team to start doing it for you guys. Russ, is there anything else you want to cover on that?
No, we'll just go and close this. I'm going to do my traditional lifestyle marketing close because I actually believe it. And that is, if you guys start figuring this stuff out, specifically the presentation to your client, I know the acquisition of clients is different. We have different webinars for that, getting customers and clients. But most of you on this call are already able to present to clients. Once you figure this stuff out and these presentations and the way that Matt does it and the way that he shows it, you're going to be closing and effectively executing accounts, clients, and deals that will probably add an order of magnitude to the scale of your current business. And my personal goal is to make sure, and I know Matt's is too, my personal goal is to make sure that you really are able to not only go in there and blow people's mind and make money by presenting the report, but also then to literally take yourself to a whole new tax bracket. I think that's where most of you are trying to go. And we're building this with you and for you. And those of you who are on this call are part of this team that we're building. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your busy day. Continue to give us feedback, and thank you very much. And Matt, I also want to thank you for presenting this. And we're going to continue to have Wednesday webinars. Send us questions that you want us to cover. I do believe this is the conclusion of our what was supposed to be 6-part series, which has turned into, it remains 6-part. We do have 7 modules now, including the reports. We'll keep you updated about what we're adding. We do look forward to seeing you hopefully on tomorrow's webinar with guest speaker Sue Bell. We're going to cover the last keyword tool, which is related to this webinar because obviously, as you know, hopefully you know, you can import both Kraken at themezoom.com and the last keyword tool directly into Domain Web Studio for some pretty amazing keyword functionality. Okay, Matt DeCruz, Russell Wright, networkempire.com. Thank you very much. We are signing off.